It's much easier defending your output as marketing if you put out sales calls that are SALs, sales accepted leads. So that's my SLA with my CEO, with my VP sales. SAL, sales accepted leads. You don't care where I'm getting these leads from. You don't care if I did 1,000 webinars and conferences, or I spent $5 million on Facebook PPC campaigns, because I deliver a certain amount of sales accepted leads, which are leads or meetings that your account executives thought could lead to a deal. And that's the ultimate KPI that brings us together. Because otherwise, you fall into some of the debates I'm sure some of you already experienced between marketing and sales that says, marketing says, well, salespeople are not closing enough deals. We give you so many leads and such good leads, and you're just not closing good enough. And of course, sales will come and say, but the leads were not of good quality, they were flaky, etc. So this really kind of aligns both teams to say in front of each other and the CEO, okay, so I gave you X amount of SALs a month. You already have history of closing rate. Each persona, each segment, each vertical, each geo, whatever you look at, has a certain close rate because the company has a little bit of a history. So we know that out of every five SALs, you're supposed to close one deal with an average income of Z, which is also good for forecasting, which is how we approach building the budget. Because what we do basically is nothing starts with marketing, unfortunately. We have to kind of accommodate the high-level board and CEO goals, and the high-level board and CEO goals are ARR, are monthly revenue, yearly revenue. But once you start getting a few of these numbers, you can kind of reverse engineer and say, okay, so I want to make $10 million next year. For $10 million, with, let's make it really simple, for a 100,000 average deal size means I have to have this amount of deals, which means I have to have, because I know already the conversion rate between leads and deals or demos and deals, these amounts of demos. And then us as the marketing people can say, okay, so these amount of demos can only be generated with, and you reverse engineer, these amount of prospects. Now let's see, where can I get these prospects? And let's see what were the channels that kind of performed better for me. But I think looking at that funnel and analyzing it for whatever period backwards, you'll start seeing that every funnel kind of behaves really, really differently. Because some leads will have a bad conversion rate here, but will be very good in terms of close one. There'll be 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 2. And some leads you'll have in the masses and you'll have a bunch of demos, but they'll not end up closing. Again, really depends on your business, but it could be persona, geo, context, intent related, whatever, however you want to slice and dice the data that you have about those opportunities. So the point here is to go and look at those funnels that worked, multiply them, forecast them towards, and work backwards from the goals that the CEO committed to the board for, and see how you can deliver it, and then say, okay, this is what you want. This is what this is how I'm thinking of getting there. This is what I'm going to do, and this is how much I need.